let's get to some specifics. The state budget finances are a mess with a $2.5 billion deficit projected. What would you do to balance the budget? Are raising taxes off the table? If they're not, which taxes? And if you're going to propose spending cuts, cutting where?
First of all, what differentiates me from just about all the other candidates is that I bring in people from both parties. I've sat down with Jim Clauser, I've sat down with Senator of the North Shore, blanking right now. I've sat down with, I've not sat down with Tommy Thompson, but I've called his office. My wife made contact with him, but we did not get a chance to sit down. I've spoken with Mark Newman. And so, but my point of the whole thing is saying that I look for David Reamer. I've sat down with David Reamer 2 or 3 times. That what I will do is I know what I don't know, and I know what I do know. And since I'm running full time without a staff, there's only so much time I have. And so while the different issues with the budget has come up, I don't view that as something that I will have to deal with until I'm elected. And at that time, I'm obviously going to pull the best people forward and begin to look at that. I don't view that as the biggest issue in the state. And that's probably why I don't spend as much time, even though a lot of people, that seems to be the big debate in the state. That's not what our state needs to focus on.
What does it need to focus on?
Our state needs to focus on new ways, a change in perspective, a change in the template of what our state does. Because right now we're fighting, we're obviously you make cuts in the budget and people are going to suffer. And I'm not saying cuts don't need to be made. Certainly, I'm not happy with all the money that is blindly pushed towards education. You're going to have a Democrat here that's saying I am not against making cuts in the education budget. I'm not against raising taxes. I would hope that any tax hikes would be short term and used to pay off some of the budget problems, and also to help the counties and the cities that a lot of them have a lot of trouble with their pension problems. And I would love to help local governments, school boards, and so on with their pension problems, with the idea that we're not going to go back into that again. We can maybe do it with a one-time fix of a tax increase if that's what we need to do. That's why what I take on is how do we change the debate? Because the debate right now is the fight among the budget. I don't like the way Governor Doyle took it on, which is the 1 or 2% cut across the board. I would rather eliminate a program if that needs to be done. And that'll be looked at that time. So that's why I've taken on the big issue of bringing people into the state, into the economy, who are currently not in the economy. How do we get more people working? How do we get people who have been unemployed for long term involved in the economy? And that's the issue I've taken on.